Welcome again, my dear students. The second part of lesson 4 is multiplying and dividing two algebraic fractions. Example number 3. Find in x in its simplest form, showing the domain. This is a constant question. N of x equals x power 2 plus 5x over x power 2 plus x minus 6 multiply x power 2 minus 7x plus 10 over x power 2 minus 25. Hence, we will use the same steps. Number 1, arrange. Number 2, factorize. Number 3, the common domain. Number 4, simplifying or reduce. But we will not use unifying denominators in multiplying and dividing. Okay, we will finish after simplifying. Okay, and the simplifying here is also easy because we will simplify any numerator with any denominator in multiply. Okay, let's start. Arrange each one. It's arranged. Start with x power 2, then x. Yes, it's arranged. It's arranged. It's arranged. The second step will be factorize. X power 2 plus 5x. Then x is a common factor. Okay, x is a repeated symbol. X common factor. And dividing by x. Divide x, it will be x. Divide x equals 5. Hence, we have trinomial. Factorized by two brackets. X power 2 x times itself. 6 is 6 times 1. Or 3 times 2. This is minus. Okay. If we subtract 6 minus 1 or 3 minus 2. Okay. 6 minus 1 equals 5. And 3 minus 2 will be 1. This is the middle, 1x. Then I'll use 3 and 1. Three times 2. Okay. 3 times 2 equals 6. And 3 minus 2 equals 1. That's right. The great number, take the middle. 3. Take the middle. Sign of the middle is positive. And positive by negative is negative. Hence also, we have trinomial, and we will factorize it by two brackets, x power 2, x times itself, 10, maybe 1 times 10, or 2 times 5. This is positive, then let's add 1 plus 10 equal 11, then this is not. 2 plus 5 equals 7, 2 plus 5 equals 7, this is the middle, then I lose 2 by 5. Okay, the grid take the middle, negative by positive is also negative. Okay, x power 2 minus 25. This is the difference of two squares, two brackets, minus and plus, x times itself, 25 is 5 times itself, 5 by 5. Hence, we have finished our factorization. After that, getting the domain. The domain of the function is also R except the zeros of denominators. Okay, all denominators. X plus 3 equals 0, then x equals negative 3. Note it's the versa. It's the additive inverse of this number over 1. Negative 3 and 2 and negative 5 and 5. This is the domain. After that, simplify any numerator, okay, with any denominator. Let's simplify. X plus 5 with x plus 5. Yes, we can simplify a common factors with any numerator with any denominator. as you see, x minus 2 with x minus 2, x minus 5 with x minus 5. That's right. Then its numerator becomes x, its denominator becomes x plus 3. Okay, and hence we finished our example as you see. Okay, example 2 or example 4. If nx equals this expression, okay, then find n inverse of x. What is the meaning of n inverse? This is the multiplicative inverse. Okay, then I'll replace numerator with denominator. This is the n of inverse, or n, the multiplicative inverse of nx. Okay, this is a symbol of the multiplicative inverse of n. Okay, find it. Before finding it, I'll arrange and factorize and getting the domain. Okay, and after that simplify. Yes, the same steps. nx equals, it's arranged, yes, x power 3, x power 2, x power 1, and also here x power 2, and there is no x, power 0. Okay, it's arranged. Factorize. Note, here we have x is a common factor. Okay, divided each one of them, divided x. Then I'll cancel x, it will be x power 2. Cancel x minus 4x, cancel x, it will be minus 5. X power 2 minus 25, difference of two squares, we factorized it before. Yes, plus minus x plus 5, x minus 5. Inside bracket we have trinomial, we can factorize it also. Yes, let's complete. X and factorize the trinomial into two brackets. X power 2 is x times itself. 5 is 5 times 1. Note, 5 times 1 equals 5. And 5 minus 1 equals 4. Minus. Because this is minus. The great take the middle. 5 take the operation is minus. And negative by negative is positive. And put the denominator. X plus 5 over x minus 5. We have factorized. After that, getting the domain. The domain, I want the domain of n or the domain of n inverse. Note, if I want the domain of n, okay, I'll get r except the zeros of denominator. R accepts negative 5 and positive 5. And if I want to get the domain of n inverse, I'll take r except zeros of denominators and also of numerators. Then the domain of n inverse equals r difference, negative 5, positive 5, negative 1, 5, we write it before, and 0. This is the domain of n inverse, the domain of the multiplicative inverse of n. Okay, note the difference. Again, the domain of n equals r difference, zeros of denominators. But here the domain of n inverse is r except, or r difference, zeros of numerators and denominators. Okay, hence we find nx, we state its domain. This is the domain. Okay, let's get n inverse in the simplest form. This is the 4 steps. Okay, hence we still have x minus 5, x minus 5, we can cancel them. Okay, and put nx in the simplest form, but we will replace, we will switch, okay, x and x plus 1 down, and x plus 5 up. You can write it or the bracket as you like. This is the inverse of nx in the simplest form. Okay. The second question, find n inverse of -1. Before getting any value, okay, turn to the domain of an inverse. The domain of an inverse is R except these values. If this number exists here, yes, -1 exists here, then it's outside the domain. Okay, then this is undefined. It's undefined, yes, because what? -1 doesn't belong to the domain of an inverse. Okay, and hence we have finished number 4. Number 5, and the last question for today. If nx equals x power 2 minus 7x plus 10 over x power 2 minus 4x minus 5 divide x power 3 minus 8 over x power 2 plus 2x plus 4. Okay. Find an x in simplest form, showing its domain. Then find n1 and n-1 if it exists. We will use the same steps. Arrange, factorize, getting the domain, simplify the fraction. But before simplifying, okay, we will convert the division into multiply. Let's start first to arrange. Let's arrange it. Power 2, power 1, power 0. Power 2, power 1, power 0. Power 3, power 0. Power 2, power 1, power 0. Let's arrange it from the greatest power to the smallest power in x. Factorize. Let's factorize number 2. nx equals this is trinomial. We factorized it before. Factorize the first and the third. X times x. 10, 2 times 5 because I choose 2 times 5 because 2 plus 5, the sum equals 7. The grid take the middle, negative, and negative by positive is also negative. Here, trinomial also. X times itself, 5 is 5 times 1. This is negative, okay, 5 minus 1, yes, it's 4. The great number is 5, okay, take the middle sign, it will be negative, and negative by positive is, negative by negative, sorry, is positive. Divide. X power 3 minus 8. We take factorizing of expression. This is called the difference of two cubes. Okay, we factorized it before by getting the cube roots and make another expression. The cube root x, the cube root -2. Okay, I'll do four steps. Power 2 or times itself, change negative, it will be positive, multiply the two terms, 2 times x or x times 2 equals 2x, and power 2 also it will be positive 4 because -2 power 2 means -2 times -2, it will be positive 4, and put the other denominator as you see. Okay, this is factorization. After factorization, we will get the domain. But note here, to get the domain of n, I factorized. I'll get r except zeros of denominators, and the numerator of the second. as you see. To get the domain, when we see divided, I'll get R except zeros of what? Zeros of denominators and the second numerator. Yes, let's get it. R except 5, negative 1. There is no zeros here. Okay, there is no real zeros. And also there is no, it's the same. Okay, we will cancel it in the next step, inshallah. X minus 2 equals 0, then x equals 2. And hence we get the domain of n. Note again, the domain is R except zeros of denominators and the second numerator Okay, after that I'll convert dividing into multiply. Convert. We can cancel the same and write x minus 2 and x plus 1. Okay, convert divide into multiply and put this is up and this is down. Okay, I switch it here. Switch. As you see. And here we get nx. Let's simplify. We can simplify. We cancel any numerator with any denominator because this becomes multiply. Okay, x minus 2 with x minus 2. And also we have this trinomial with this trinomial. Oh, that becomes, the numerator becomes 1. Of course 1. The denominator become x plus 1. And this is nx in its simplest form. After getting nx in simplest form and getting the domain, of course, I want to find n1 and n negative 1. n1 and n negative 1. Okay, before getting any value, okay, we will turn to, yes, the domain. The domain R except 5, negative 1, 2. 1 here, it's not here. That means it existed here. Okay, 1 over x plus 1. I replace x by 1, 1 plus 1, it will be 1 over 2. N of negative 1 undefined. It's undefined because negative 1 doesn't belong to the domain of n. And hence we have finished our lesson for today. Thank you for listening and wish you a good day. And this is the last lesson in algebra section. Thank you.